technical difficulties, but we're back up. Okay, share my screen. We're gonna get started, guys. Again, apologize. Alrighty, if you can both just take a look at the screen. So if we're both good and following along. So welcome to staff class, hoopla and acid. We're gonna go over the staff notes. So arguments. Don't argue with other staff or players in any setting. It's unprofessional. You should be diffusing situations, not instigating. It's a point of professionalism. Pretty sure don't argue with other players in the server. You guys are the example, so set the example. Make sure you're professional. If there's an issue, if you have an issue with someone, and it's like you just either you don't instigate or like continue with the argument. You just let it cool off. Staff above roleplay. Staff work will always take priority above roleplay. When staff-related issues appear and no other staff is dealing with it, you need to take the initiative to excuse yourself from the current roleplay situation to deal with it. Staff always takes priority. So let's say you're doing some RP in the medbay and you see a recruit joins the server, unfamiliar Steam ID, you hold tab, you see it's not a one on first name, you should go ahead and take care of it rather than hoping that someone else will take care of it for you. Your staff work always comes over roleplay. Vehicles. Do not spawn in vehicles for any reason unless told to by a GM during an event. Use the requisition on base. This applies to all entities. So just don't be spawning in vehicles for your guys' self, even on base. Just we have the requisition thing for a reason. So if you need to spawn it, if you need to fly in a lat for something, make sure you're using the requisition thing. Name change tickets. Name change tickets are considered a vague ticket and should be done in the sit room, not at the location of the player making the ticket. So vague tickets we always take to the sit room. That includes name change tickets. So just make sure you're bringing them to the sit room. They paste the name in chat, and you're correctly putting the name into the correct menu in order to change their name. All right, we're going to be moving over to the Kahoot. So if you both could load up Kahoot if you haven't already. We're going to get started. So the game pin is on screen. It is 7224100. Again, that's 7224100. There you are, Acid. Let's fave. I didn't know Let have favorites.
Hmm?
All right. What is the proper format to warn someone for RDM? Out of the 4 possible answers, which was the correct one? Yep. It's going to be exclamation mark warn, Steam ID, the offense, and then your name. So good job to both of you. You both got that right. True or false? You should spawn vehicles for yourself. Yes. Do not spawn in vehicles for yourself. When a player makes a name change ticket, you take the ticket, the name change, then close it, teach the player to help them, pull them to the sit room, do it, ask for name change help if needed, ignore it since you can't change names yet. Yep. You're going to pull them to the sit room to do it, and if you can't change names yet, you'll ask admin chat to get help with changing the name. So good job to the both of you. Looks like Hoopla is a little faster. What should be done when the ticket help comes up? Suspect player, close the ticket, it's too vague, TP to the player, or take the player to the take the player to the sit room always for vague tickets. So good job. Anytime the ticket's vague, take it to the sit room to deal with it. Because you don't know what the situation could be. A recruit joins the server. You TP to them and train them. Ignore it and hope another staff member gets on. Look in admin chat. Spectate if unsure. If being trained, then TP to them. Spectate them the entire time. Yep, so there are kind of like 2 right answers here. You want to make sure you're paying attention to admin chat. You want to spectate to see if the recruit is being trained or not first, because we don't need 1,000 staff in the room at once for one recruit. If someone's saying on rec in chat, that means they're already on the recruit. So just make sure we're paying attention to admin chat. But that's also the right answer to TP to them and train them. I know where you guys are coming from. That's why I have it as 2 answers. But just make sure we're paying attention to admin chat as well and use our spectate tools. But both would have been acceptable answers. You are ECing and you notice racism. You ignore it. You're playing as an EC. Communicate with the GM. Handle the sit. Call for help for the ban if needed. Flip it. Yep. So you're going to want to communicate with the GM. Your staff work always takes priority unless you're the ground command, which if you were in a command position, that's where your staff work doesn't take priority. But your staff work always takes priority. So that would count as a role play scenario. So you would get yourself out of that. So good work. When another player is starting an argument, you argue back with the player, diffuse the situation, hold them into a sit and warn them, or don't argue back. There are 2 acceptable answers here. Yep. You can either diffuse the situation, or simply don't argue back. It's real simple sometimes just to stay quiet and not say anything back to people are being pieces of shit. So good work. True or false? You should instigate arguments with other players. False, yes. You should never be instigating arguments with other players. You guys should be professional. You guys represent the server and what the server stands for. We don't need to have that image. So, good job. What is the correct command to remove someone from a vehicle? Exit, remove, kick, or TP? So it's going to be exit. So to whoever got that wrong, it's exclamation mark exit. Remove is a real command. That doesn't exist. Kick would just kick them from the server, and TP, you would obviously be the TP. So make sure it's going to be exclamation mark exit. That's how you remove someone from a vehicle or someone's head. It counts as a vehicle. So just for next time, acid. And then what is the correct whitelist to give to a shock trainee? I wonder. Shock NCO? S. Situation I saw this week, but we want to make sure we're giving the correct whitelist to for a shock trainee, especially because if you just give a shock trainee a shock trooper whitelist, they have a baton, and you're running the risk of them random arresting or mass random arresting. So always pay attention, especially when it comes to shock trainees. But let's see who won. Acid got second. Hoopla got first. Good job, guys. Both did great. Good work to both of you. Do either of you have any questions about class? What we went over?
I think I'm good.
No.
Okay. Do you have anything for them?
Nope.
Okay. You 2 are free to go. Thank you for showing
Okay,
up.
thank you.
Thank you. Love you, I love you so much.
Bye.
You have anything left?
Nope. You're good.